What's going on, guys? I got a massive update on Minebuster. So Minebuster, it's confirmed it's getting a Gravity Group pre-cut retrack for the 2025 season. Oh my gosh, guys, I'm actually so excited. You guys don't even know. An Ontario news website posted a comment made from Grace. I'll post a link in the description of the website so you guys can go check it out for yourself. But basically what it says is, as part of our ongoing rides maintenance program, we are replacing 960 feet, 276 meters of track on our wooden coaster Minebuster and installing vertically engineered track system. This innovative approach from Gravity Group uses vertically stacked lumber instead of horizontal plywood under the layers of steel, promising a strong track system, a smoother ride, and better experience for our guests. So yeah, that's some exciting stuff. And for those of you who don't know, Gravity Group is a manufacturer of wooden coasters based out of Cincinnati, Ohio, and they build wooden coasters and they do wooden coaster retracks. They designed this vertical track system so it's a little bit more stiff, a little bit more rigid, and it provides a smoother experience. So that is what's happening. This technology that they created came out pretty recently. It has been installed on coasters like the Beast at Kings Island. I might have already said this in a different video. Wildcat at Lake Compounds, Grizzly at Kings Dominion, the Voyage at Holiday World, just to name a few coasters, and they actually improved the ride significantly. The Voyage at Holiday World already has an amazing layout, but rides on like the Beast, Wildcat, Grizzly, they've made their drops steeper, they've added extra airtime hills. So that's just a little synopsis of what Gravity Group does. So there is so much potential with Minebuster here. So they have a lot to work with. They have that massive drawn out hill that they've already started work on. So if you take a close look, you can see there's some new bents or ledgers that have been placed at the bottom of the ascent into the turnaround. They have already started. They took away some of the structure. You can see some of the structure lying there on the ground near on the hill there. They were actively working. You can see even there's some more bents down there that they haven't installed. This was from filmed yesterday, by the way, so they probably have a little bit more done, but yeah, they moved a lot of the structure. As you saw, they were lying on the ground. They were adding these bents in. You can see the cherry picker working underneath, Riptide Racer, the water slide there. You can see the two green ones working there. They were hard at work. This project is in full force. There is no pre-cut track on site yet. They are just still doing the demolition and kind of setting it up for when Gravity Group is going to come in. I don't know if Gravity Group's on site yet. Maybe they are. Maybe this is them already at it, but hard to tell from the drone. But from the looks of it, they are lowering that hill and turning it into two smaller hills. So it won't be the same as the original. The original three hills were all roughly around the same size, from what I remember. There's a video on YouTube, you guys can go watch that. I won't put that in here. But these two new hills won't be as big as the original three that it had. So the original three were all around the same height. These two new hills will stay a little bit lower to the ground, which is actually a really good thing. So yes, they're smaller hills, but these hills will provide a lot more airtime. They're smaller, they're going to be sharper, you're going to have a lot more speed going over them. So this is amazing. This is way better than I was expecting. I honestly thought Gravity was going to come in and I thought they would put these airtime hills back. That was my original prediction since the beginning. But like, these airtime hills, guys, they're going to hit so good. And you don't even know, like, the Gravity Group pre-cut track makes these wooden coasters run so much faster. Let me give you an example. So the Voyage at Holiday World, I'm going to pop it up on the screen, has pre-cut track installed in some of the big hills in the valleys there. For I think it was the 2023 season, and they had retracked a section in the Spaghetti Bowl right before the mid-course brake run. I think in 2022 or 2021. Somebody can correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. But anyways, that's besides the point. But that part was retracked, and with the pre-cut track that they added in 2023, it runs so much faster that those two little small hills before the brake run feel like a pothole, and it's not a pothole because it's new track. But it just runs so much faster over those two hills, and those hills are so sharp. So it's insane. Like, it's actually crazy. So what I'm saying is Minebuster is going to be running really, really good next year. Do I think it'll run faster? Yes. Those airtime hills are going to be amazing. I honestly think it'll be better than the original two airtime hills. If for anybody who had ever ridden that, I mean, if you guys can remember, Minebuster also did have buzz bars. So it'll be a little bit different because it's going to have the same PTC trains with the ratcheting lap bars. But for anybody who rode the original, I do think that these two hills will be better than the two that were on the original. That's not coming from somebody who rode the original. I know my mom has ridden the original. She has very vivid memory of it. But if anybody would like to let me know in the comments how the original was, I would love to know. I honestly am so jealous. I wish I could ride the original. But it looks like we're getting that back. So that is super exciting. I'm very interested to see if they're going to be making the drop steeper, because I know on the Grizzly and the Beast, they made the drop from 45 degrees to about 52, 53 or so degrees. So I could definitely see that happening for Minebuster. I think the first airtime hill is going to stay the same. The profiling doesn't need to change on that. I think that would be a little too complicated if they did. But I could see the first valley after the drop being a little wider if they made the drop steeper. They have a little more room to work with there. You would have a little bit more speed, I think, going into that hill. And yeah, I don't see anything else really being altered besides the two airtime hills and potentially the drop. On that out trip, I think everything else will stay pretty much the same. There's not going to be any banking on the hill, so there's not really going to be any outer banks or anything. It's just going to be two small little bunny hills that are going to have amazing airtime. And yeah, I'm just excited to see if they're going to continue to do this in the future for other parts of the ride. I mean, I know the Helix really needs it, but there's those two hills and even part of the Double Down. Like, yeah, I know the Double Down got redone last year, but they did certain sections of Minebuster a few years ago, and they're redoing them with this pre-cut track. So I could totally see that entire second half being redone, or at least in a few sections. Maybe they'll just leave the Double Down as is. But I could see that one hill after the turnaround be kind of altered into a smaller hill to get more airtime, because let's face it, like, honestly, those return trip hills don't really have any airtime. Maybe you get a tiny bit of floater going over the second part of the Double Down, and then you have that straight section too. Like, I honestly think Gravity Group can add more airtime to Minebuster. In the second half, they have a lot to work with, so there's so many possibilities. Gravity Group is literally my favorite wooden coaster manufacturer. It's one of my favorite manufacturers. It has my favorite coaster, Voyage. Voyage is my favorite roller coaster of all time. They're so innovative, and I just think that they can do so much with Minebuster to make it truly an elite ride, an elite classic at Canada's Wonderland. So let me know in the comments what you think about the confirmed Gravity Group retrack of Minebuster. I'm beyond excited. I'm honestly, you can tell in my voice, I'm more excited for this than Alpine Fury at the moment, but both are going to be amazing. Somebody said in my comments in the last video, it's literally going to be like having two new coasters, because Minebuster is going to feel so different than it did last year. And I personally think, I said on my story on Instagram, it's going to give Vortex a run for its money. Vortex held on to that third position for me in the park last year, and I think it could potentially top Vortex. But I mean, now that Alpine Fury is above, so I can see Minebuster and Vortex fighting for that number 4 spot. So yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll stay tuned for more updates. I'm going to be back at the park next week to grab another one for you. And yeah, take it easy, guys. I'll see you guys later.